Hey everyone, it's Concat. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So today we are doing something very exciting. A lot of you probably know what is happening today because I've been announcing it. For those of you who are hearing this for the first time, I've been working on renovating Sunset Valley for almost 2 years at this point, and I finally finished it. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys because there has been a lot of excitement whenever I share like updates about it and stuff like that. So yes, I'm very excited to dive into it today. We're going to be taking a look at all the houses, the community lots, details. I don't freaking know, girl. We're gonna look at everything. But before we get started, Instant Gaming is a website where you can get major discounts on PC and console games as well as pre-release titles. So this means you can grab upcoming games for less. For those of you who have been wanting to get Enchanted by Nature, you can actually find it on Instant Gaming for 29% off. Or if you're looking to purchase any other Sims 4 DLC, you can find them for up to 60% off. If you've been wanting a particular pack for The Sims 4, Instant Gaming probably has it. They have so many to choose from. You can find DLCs for The Sims 3 on Instant Gaming up to 70% off. And Instant Gaming is reliable. They have over 700,000 reviews on Trustpilot to back them up. By using my affiliate link, which is in the description box down below, any purchase that you make will help support me as a creator as I get a small commission off of it at no extra cost to you. So thank you so much in advance. And thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. A couple of things before we get into the video because I forgot to mention them. So the packs required is every single expansion pack except for Into the Future. I did not use it. You don't need any stuff packs. The store content is optional, not necessary. It's just if you guys want the world to look exactly like it's supposed to, you're going to need these. It's Not So Gross Public Shower, the Palm Light, String of Inspiration, and the Head Start Playpen. You're going to see in this video I find other store content that's not supposed to be in the world, and I do end up deleting it, so these 4 are the ones that you're going to need. And the world is unpopulated, but a populated version will be coming out in the future. I'm not really sure how long it'll take me or when it'll be out, but it will definitely be out eventually. Anyways, let's jump into the description because we got a lot to go through. Name of the town is Sunset Valley 30 years later, and the description is the following. Welcome to Sunset Valley. Once founded by the Goth family and expanded by the Landgrabs, Sunset Valley has undergone a major transformation in the past 30 years. Under the leadership of Mayor Holly Alto, the town has flourished with modern architecture, new businesses, and cutting-edge technology. However, as the town thrives, longtime residents worry that its historic charm and sense of community are fading. Will the future of Sunset Valley preserve its roots, or will progress change it forever? So long story short, there's a couple of townies who want the town to remain the same, and there's townies that are moving here from other places and they're like, no girl, change is good. And I'm going to be basing the populated version of my town on that, but I just need a little more time writing some lore. Oh, and here we are. I've been told by some people in my chat that Pleasant View also kind of ties into this lore because it's around that same time frame. So I'm going to do some research on that. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys know of any lore that I could add to the town. And before you guys ask if I'm using Reshade or whatever, I am not. I am actually just simply using a lighting mod. It's the Perfect Day lighting mod by Burnt Waffles. I will leave it linked in the description box down below if you guys wanted to. I highly recommend it, especially if you guys are going to be playing in, you know, my version of Sunset Valley. It just makes it all look so much brighter. All right, so welcome to Sunset Valley 30 years later. All right, so how we're going to be taking a look at the world is through sections, just so that, you know, we can kind of fly through it a little quicker, because this video, it will probably be long, which, by the way, pause right now, go get a snack, go get a drink, sit down, girl, because we're about to dive in. Let's go ahead and start off with this entire little beach section over here. The first thing that we're going to be taking a look at is the Sunnyside Boulevard Resort. All right, and here we are. So welcome to the Sunnyside Resort. It's super grand, as you can see. Very, very cute. We go over to the back really quickly. This is where we have the actual rabbit hole for the resort that, you know, you do need to have it placed somewhere. So I was able to kind of make them match as best as I could. So it didn't look too awkward. I think it looks fine though. And then back over here on this side, we have the actual pool area, which is so cute. And we can also get a nice little overview of the entire resort, which looks like this. And another thing I will mention is also the hallways to the rooms are these like little wraparound balconies. So that is how your Sims can get into their rooms, which I will be showing you in just one sec. So this is what the pool looks like. It looks super cute. I'm so happy with how this resort turned out. Let's go ahead and take a look at, well, no, let me show you this actually. Hold on a minute. I forgot where I was at, what I did, things that I've made. We have a cute little wedding aisle over here. It's super nice. It overlooks the ocean or whatever. So, you know, if your Sims want to have a little outdoor moment. Oh, Oh, she's back. So anyways, if your Sims want to have a little outdoor moment, this is where you guys can do that for them. It's super cute. So let's go ahead and, let's see what's going on inside. So first things first, you walk in through either way, over here or over here, and then you end up in the main lobby area, slash staircase area, if you will. So this is where we actually have our resort desk. Over here to this left side, we have our little buffet area. Your Sims do have an option to dine outdoors if they would like to. And then we're just gonna go ahead and switch on over to the other side. So this is the right-hand side of the resort. So over here we have some bathrooms for your Sims to use. They're quite cute or whatever. Over here we have this cute little photo op because I do have a little wedding area indoors. So yeah, that would be a cute photo op for your Sims who are getting married or just Sims who are staying at the resort, I guess. And then we have this grand entrance to kind of separate the hotel hallway or whatever from the reception area. So this is where your Sims can come to get married and then party the night away. Dance floor in the middle. We have a little wedding arch over here. I don't know if it works because it is quite squeezed, but just in case, it's there. That is pretty much it for the downstairs. Over here on this side, we just have some of these suites, but I'm just going to show you the ones upstairs. All right, so you walk up through here, right? We were just at the reception area. You walk up, it takes you to this nice little walkway, some seating, giant chandelier, and then that leads you into this gorgeous hallway over here. All right, so over here to the left-hand side of the upstairs of the resort, we have this gorgeous bar slash, well, yeah, I guess it's a bar. Anyways, this is what it looks like. I went with a little extraness for the back bar area. It looks real cute. I did whatever the hell that is, but I'm a fan. We also have outdoor seating if your Sims, wanted to have a nice little drink outdoors. And then we just have some more seating for all of your Sims to sit down, have some nice conversations. On the other side, we have this cute little like yoga studio type of thing. Now these are not actual yoga mats. They're just carpets, girl. You can't actually use it unless you have the yoga mod installed, which does exist. But what your Sims can do here is just work out with the stereo. And then pretty much the other thing that I have to show you guys, oh, we do have a jacuzzi, forgot to mention that. But anyways, the other thing that I do have to show you guys are the rooms. So like I said, these balconies are actually the hallway for your Sims to get into their, suites for the nights or whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you one because they're all the exact same except for the fact that the ones on the inside don't have windows, so that's the only difference, but other than that they're the same. So first things first, you walk in, you're at a cute little tiny living room. For those of you who are gonna say, girl, the doors are glass, there's curtains, friends. Your Sims can pretend to close it at night. We're gonna ignore that. You don't see that, and neither do I. Anyways, so you walk in to your bathroom over here. By the way, your Sims can walk in through here. I tested it. So yeah, this is what she's looking like, just a simple bathroom or whatever. And then we have this long, narrow hallway that leads you to the actual room, which is so cute. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the first part of the resort. And I say first part because in Create-A-World, I actually went in and did a bunch of editing before I started building in Sunset Valley. One of the things that I did, this sidewalk technically connects the big portion of the resort to the more exclusive portion of the resort, which is down here, friends. So this is technically a separate resort, but I'm pretending it's all one giant resort, okay, that connects. First building that we have over here is the check-in desk, and then over here we have the eating area. So that's pretty much it for that. And then the little cabanas all look the same, so I will be showing you just one as well. So this is what it looks like from the back. Everybody has their own private pool, some seating on the outside. Another little disclaimer that I'm going to give about this particular lot is please be careful when you're playing from this side, like if you're up close and personal to the cabana, like real zoomed in, and then you move your camera and the camera kind of like bounces up, you know how that happens in The Sims 3, your game will crash. So just, I'm warning you. So this is what the little private suite, upgraded suite cabanas look like. It matches the hotel. It's just a little bougier. So we have the main little sleeping area over here, nice little chair, nice TV over here, cute little dining spots for your Sims. Little vanity over here. The bathrooms are definitely extra. So yeah, this is the It's Not So Gross public shower. That is store content. And then we have the tub, which is extremely extra. It's right on a giant window that overlooks the pool, that then overlooks the ocean. So that is it for the cabanas. And then also I do have a rabbit hole for your Sims to go sleep at. Hopefully you don't have to use it though. You can just like upgrade your suite to one of these or whatever. But yeah, it's hidden over here in the bushes. There's a ladder here. I colored it green so you can't even tell. Get ready for the jump scare. There she is. It is so ugly. All right, so we're going to be driving up this cute little road and then we're going to land right over here. So this is the Desert Diner. That's actually not the name that I gave it. I think I called it the Mermaid Diner, but since it's a rabbit hole, it changes its name back to the original name or whatever. So anyways, so this is the back of it, but the back is facing the road, but it's for a reason. So you drive in through here, whatever, you know, you park your car back here. To the left we have like the employee alleyway. There's a little dumpster there in case your Sims want to go dumpster diving. And the reason it's facing the opposite side is because I have a cute little skating rink right in front of the diner that overlooks, you know, the beautiful ocean, so that your Sims can come skate here, have a fun time. I don't know, girl, it's just cute. This is a nice spot for a date. It's a nice spot for your Sims to bring their kids if they have any. It's just real cute. Not only do we have a cute little skating rink, we also have a nice little eating area out here. And then obviously this way we have the diner itself, which is super cute. So yeah, that's it for that. And then up next, we're going to be going to this building over here to the left. This entire beach area was the first area that I renovated when I first started this project. And I did have to come into this building because originally this was a casino. Casino items are store items, and I didn't want to do that. So I recently came in and just switched it up to a lounge slash bar type of place. It still looks the same from the outside. This is what she looks like. That's the front. Over here is the back. I love to see my girl working, by the way. Hold on. This is so cute seeing employees here. Hey, friend. Love what you're doing with the place. So yeah, we have a cute little patio back here. If your Sims get juiced, they can just walk down those little steps and run themselves into the beach. But yeah, so this is what the outside bar looks like. I think it's so nice. So that's pretty much it for that. And then on the inside is where a couple of the changes happened. So we have the front entrance to the now bar and lounge, or whatever I said it was. And then over here we have the main like little dance floor. It's not anything too big. I wanted it to be more of a lounge type of area. We have the indoor bar over here. We just have some seating. Honestly, this place is a little boring now that I changed it. But I mean, it's a place for your Sims to come here and, you know, hang out or whatever. We have the restrooms. We have these two little displays or whatever. On either side, we have bubble blowing machines with some stereos. So, you know, if your Sims want to like rent a private little bubble blowing area, then I don't know, you can pretend that that's what they can do there. But if you guys do have the casino store content, feel free to plop it in here and make this a casino again. I just didn't want to do it because, again, I don't know how many of you actually have that. So then we're going to keep moving on over to the left. So over here, we actually have the spa and the bookstore rabbit hole. So these are rabbit holes. You can't go in here. I just plopped it down here. One thing I did add, though, was this cute little spring concession stand. So your Sims can come here and, you know, buy some food like they would at a festival. So yeah, we just have cute little seating, and then in the back we have another dumpster for your Sims to dumpster dive if that's something you want to do, and then just some parking back here. And that is pretty much it for this row. All right, so up next for the beach area, because I still consider this the beach area, we're gonna go right over here in this little residential road. So over here I actually made like Sims B&B, so like houses that your Sims can rent is the idea here. So this is what they look like. This is the first one. It's really, really, really cute. So anyways, we just have a giant freaking patio that goes all the way around or whatever. It's cute in the front. You have like this little circular moment driveway type of thing, you know, dirt. I don't freaking know, girl. And then over here, I have a cute little jacuzzi house. I think that's what you call it. I don't know, girl. A jacuzzi with a roof on it, I guess. And that's pretty much it for the outside. And then we go inside. So this is the main living area, I guess you could call it. Over here we have the kitchen, which is gorgeous. Like, this is real cute, girl. This is real cute. And then through this door, we have the gorgeous bathroom as well. Like, it's just so cute. Here's another It's Not So Gross public shower. So this one is very important. If there's one thing that you're going to get from the store, it's the Stam shower because I used it a lot. Okay. And then we go up these spiral staircases. And we're over here in this actual living room with a TV in it so that your Sims can, you know, have some form of entertainment or whatever. And then we just have a nice little keyboard. And then this leads us to the main bedroom. It's just a 1-bedroom, so this would be a nice little getaway for a Sim who just wants to be on their own for a bit, breathe, you know what I mean? Have the gorgeous freaking view to the ocean. Just get away, girl. So now we're gonna go down the street to this house at the end. So this was actually one of the last houses that I worked on, and it's really, really cute. I tried my best. Actually, no, I did. I kept the original shape of what was originally here. Honestly, it's quite ugly in its original form. Hated it. But I think it looks so nice, so modern now. So anyways, welcome. Again, this is supposed to be like another rental house just because it's very bougie, girl. Like, who can afford to actually live here? I don't know. Maybe your Sims are rich. Maybe they do some motherlode witchcraft. But anyways, this is what it's looking like from the outside. It has this nice big patio porch situation that wraps around the entire house. Over here, we have a nice garage, which I did attach the garage to the house by using constrained floor elevation. That's a freaking annoying cheat to do, but it came in handy. It came in handy for this world, for sure, and I became an expert at it, which, by the way, a building video on how to build better, tips for you to build in The Sims 3 will be coming out soon. Actually, I'm not going to say soon. It's coming out, okay? But just be patient with me. So anyways, welcome to the house. I'll take you in through here, and then we're going to exit through the garage. So welcome in. So this is what she's looking like in the front entrance. Is quite simple, but again, it's supposed to be like a rental. You can either go towards the living room or towards the kitchen. We're going to go into the kitchen real quick. This is what she's looking like. I love the green in here. It's so nice. And then this leads us into the main living area. So we do have some bookshelves, this whole thing going on with the stereo. We have some plants, nice little dining room, living room, which is super cute, by the way. And let me show you this in first person. So this is what it looks like in first person. So, you know, if you're a Sim and you're walking in here, girl, this is what you see. And honestly, it's quite gorgeous. Wait, this is so cute in first person. I'm not going to do this a lot because it'll take way too long to go through houses in first person. But like, this is cute, girl. Hold on a minute. Hello, everyone. Make a nice little coffee with a view. So you walk in through here. We have our first bedroom, which is also like the master bedroom because it has its own bathroom or whatever. So again, it's very simple because it's supposed to be a rental. So this is the yellow room. We have the bathroom for the yellow room. It's quite gorgeous. And if you're wondering, girl, aren't people going to see you in the bathtub? Let them, I guess. And then over here, we have the second bedroom. This is the green room. It's quite cute. Its own balcony or whatever. Over here, we have whatever color that is, girl. Magenta? I don't know. Over here in the hallway, we have this little bar area because it kind of widens up over here towards the end of the house. And then finally, we have the last bathroom with a gorgeous bathtub, by the way, with a window view. Like, look at how gorgeous this is. Who cares if people can see us? I don't think they can unless they got binoculars because I can sure as hell see her. But you know what, girl? Mind your own business. This is cute. So yeah, that's that. And then this leads out to the garage. But anyways, that's it for this. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on. All right, so the next little beach section that we have to take a look at are these little homes over here, and then finally the pier. All right, so this is the first house that we're going to be taking a look at. So let's go ahead and check out the exterior first. This is what she's looking like. Nice little long driveway. We got the pool in the back, which is nice to have. All right, so welcome in. So this is where you walk in through. This is the bottom floor. You walk into this gorgeous little open space. We just have a little domino table over here. Over here on this side, we have a gorgeous little bathroom, which is really nice, by the way. I love the tile that I used in here. It's so cute. And then we have 2 bedrooms down here. So this is bedroom number 1. It's quite simple. And then we have bedroom number 2, which is also quite simple. Going upstairs, this is the main living area. So over here, we just have the nice living room, a nice computer for your Sims to use, some display cases. We have a tiny bathroom over here, just so that your Sims don't have to run up and down the stairs. And then over here, we have the kitchen, which is one of my favorite kitchens. That's the kitchen / dining room for down here. And then we have one more floor upstairs. So up here is just kind of like a little foosball room. Other than that, that's it. Little stereo or whatever. And then you have your final little porch or whatever you call it, balcony. I think that's what I'm trying to say. All right, so now we're moving on over to our first starter home. So I was able to make a really cute starter home right on the beachfront. So you know what, girl, your Sims can be bougie on a budget. So first of all, this is what it looks like from the outside. I'm pretty sure I named this the sunflower starter home. I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, this is what it looks like on the outside. It's quite bare, but we have a lot of plants, which is nice. A bunch of sunflowers, hence the name. So welcome in to the starter home, the first one. This is what it looks like. It's a little dated, but you know what? It's a starter home, you know what I mean? And it kind of makes sense. I feel like a lot of beach houses are dated. Here's a little closer look at the bedroom. We have a nice dresser over there. These nightstands are so cute. But yeah, it's very simple, but you know, definitely humble beginnings for your Sim. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and cross the street. Hello, girl. This is one of my favorite beach houses on this row. This is what she's looking like from the outside. It's your typical beach house on pillars or whatever those things are called. I don't know, friend. This is what the backyard looks like. It's super, super cute. There's a nice little porch over here, some stairs leading down to the backyard. It's really, really cute. And then again, the two-tiered deck or porch, whatever you want to call it. And then this is what the inside is looking like. It's really cute. We have a nice little office over here. You could turn that into a third bedroom if you wanted to. Laundry room, first bathroom. And then over here we have our little kitchen, but it works. And then on this side we have our dining room, our living area, which is really cute. I love that it's in this little bump out. Let me take you upstairs. So over here we have the landing. We have the second bathroom of the house. And then over here on this side, we have a nursery. A cute little nautical theme with the fishes, or at least I tried to make it nautical. Anyways, here's the main bedroom. It's quite big, but I actually really do love it. All right, so then we're moving on over, girl, and I have great news for you guys. If you guys want this style of beach home as a starter home, you're in luck because that is what this is exactly. It's gorgeous. So this is what she looks like from the outside. There's really not much going on. We just have some parking down below. This one is very, very bare, but it's cute. So we have the living room. We have the kitchen over here. Nice little bedroom over here on this side. It's not the greatest, but it'll work for a beach house. And then I even added a second bedroom, which is kind of nice. And then the bathroom over here, which is a nice size. I would add some doors over here and then make this a back patio or porch, whatever you want to call it. And then eventually you guys can buy some stairs that lead down to the backyard. I don't know. I think this is a nice little starter home for someone who wants to work their way up with money and, you know, purchase nice things, make this place a little more cozier and homier as you get some more money. So yeah, it's really cute. And it's a starter home right on the beach. So anyways, that's that. All right, and then we're moving on to the bougiest house of them all. So this is a modern beach house. Little fun fact about this one, the house that is originally here, I copied the shape of that house, but just elevated it. Very, very modern beach house. So this is what it looks like from the exterior. You obviously park underneath. I think we all know that by now. Over here is the backyard, which is real freaking cute. This is supposed to be like for gardening or whatever. And then over here, this house actually has a little side patio, which is really cute. All right, so welcome in to this very modern beach house. So this is what it looks like when you walk in. Over here, we have the first room, which I've turned into kind of like a little music room. We have the keyboard, guitars, whatever the hell that is, girl. I'm not too sure. And some bookshelves. We also have right by the front door a bathroom, which is right over here. And then the room after that, oh, that is from high-end loft stuff, I think. By the time the world is out, that will be fixed. That will no longer be there. So anyways, that will be changing, but this is a little guest room or whatever. And then we go over here, and this is the main bedroom. And then over here we have the bathroom for the main bedroom. And over here we have the tiny little toilet room. But it works, you know what I mean? For Sims who need privacy, it works. That'll lead you out to the patio on the side of the house, and then we go upstairs. So as you guys can see, this is actually an open area over here. So you walk up immediately to the kitchen and the living room over here on this side. Over here next to the kitchen, we have a tiny little bathroom, the dining room over here, and then this walks out to the top porch with a freaking jacuzzi, by the way. Whoever lives here is living life, girl. I just know that much. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and cross the street to where my sim is sleeping. Also, I don't know who she is. Julianne Barr, not sure. But anyways, so my thing was like, this lot is originally named The Pier in the original Sunset Valley, but there was no pier at the pier, girl. So I added one. And then I also added some shops. So two to be exact. The first little shop that we're going to be taking a look at is this little yellow one. So this is supposed to be like a little slushy shop. So I do have the little slushy machines there, or snow cone machines. Little checkout over here. That's pretty much it for that one. I guess I'll go ahead and show you this pink one real quick. So over here, I just have a restroom. It's the all-in-one restrooms, just so I don't have to use that many objects. So that's that. So now we're going to go over here to the opposite side, and then we have a little green shack, or whatever you want to call it. This is actually a little coffee shop. A mini coffee shop. It's very small in here, but I think it's super cute. And then over here, this blue shack is just another restroom with the all-in-one bathrooms. And then obviously I have the pier, which is really, really cute. I was debating on putting a wedding arch here, but I didn't. I ended up adding one. Moving on, so down to the actual beach. I kind of made like these little makeshift what do you call it? Signs out of just using a column and the little pool sign. I don't know. I think it looks cute. You know, it's like, warning, girl, the ocean will suck you in. Watch out. So anyways, here's my girl. She's kind of just relaxing right now. By the way, she came here autonomously on her own. I was actually showcasing the Americana house, I think it was, that I just renovated. I uploaded a video on it as well, just literally a couple of days ago. So yeah, I plopped her down after I was done renovating that, and she literally came here on her own, and she just started swimming. So I do love that for her. I love that she, you know, was inclined to come to the beach. Anyways, over here, we just kind of have like little fake beach towels and umbrella setups. That's pretty much all it is. So the first thing that we're going to start off with is actually all the way up here, which is the campground. So welcome. Over here, all I did was added this little pier that your Sims can fish off of. And then if your Sims just walk over here to this side, there is the first campground. Your Sims will need to purchase their own tent and bring it here to set it up. And then over here, we have the second little campground, and that's pretty much it, girl. Simple living. I didn't even put a freaking bathroom here. I probably should have. Even like a scary one, you know, like out in the wilderness, but that doesn't really exist, girl. Unless it does. I don't freaking know, girl. I don't go hiking. I hate mosquitoes. I hate the summer. I hate being hot. I sweat very easily. It's just not comfortable for me. So I don't know. Anyways, so welcome to, where are we? Welcome to Redwood Park. So this is literally just a tiny little park for your Sims to come with their children or your teenagers to come hang out here on the little, whatever you call that, playground, I guess, or just vibe out. You know what I mean? I have a little bench over here that overlooks the lighthouse. Oh, girl. This is cute. I would just come here and think about life. Actually, not think about anything. I don't like thinking about anything. We have this cute little, like, you know, fake walkway or whatever for your Sims to have a nice little walk or whatever. Over here, we have these scary bathrooms that I was talking about. Yeah, so this is what I mean when I say scary bathrooms, because, girl, they always be looking like this in real life, I swear, at any park. And then other than that, we just have some parking spots. I would like to think that the people who go up to the campgrounds have to come here to park their car and then take the hike up there. So yeah, that's kind of why I placed this park over here. All right, and now we're going to be moving on over to the right. So I'm so excited to show you guys this. So before we get into the name and the description of these next 3 houses, skipping this one, going over to this one. So these houses ended up being an unexpected collab with one of my good friends and another content creator here on YouTube and Twitch, CJ Plays, Seekingly over on Twitch. So when I was building these houses, I remembered that CJ had said in one of his videos, favorite type of aesthetic and like houses are nautical homes. So when I was building these, I remembered that, and I sent him a DM and I was like, hey, you know, I'm renovating Sunset Valley. I have these houses that are really nautical. You know, do you want to furnish them? You can say no if you don't want to. But he said yes to every single one of them. All of these houses are built by me, and then they were furnished by CJ. Please go check out his furnishing videos. He did a video for each one of the houses. Check out his videos. I will have them linked down below. And if you guys haven't subscribed to CJ, CJ. Please go give him a sub. He is another Sims 3 content creator. So if you guys enjoy my videos, you will for sure enjoy CJ's videos as well. So go check him out. Because this was a collaboration, I ended up naming them and giving them descriptions based on that. So the first one that we're going to be taking a look at is Old Man CJ's Seaway. The description for it is, this home has been passed down through generations. Although an old home, it features some upgraded appliances and a great view to the lighthouse, an old gem in Sunset Valley. So this is what the exterior looks like. It's super cute. Like I said, very nautical. Yeah, this was kind of my first time trying it out, to be real honest with you, because I don't think I've ever been inclined to build any nautical home. And honestly, I think I did a great job. I am going to pat myself on the back because all three of these homes are so gorgeous. And then also CJ did an amazing job furnishing them. I absolutely love every single one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the house. So this is what it's looking like. We have a nice bedroom down here, a little bathroom that's connected to this bedroom, kitchen, dining over here. We also have a laundry room and a nice little powder room over here that you can access through the kitchen. And then if you walk through this archway, you are taken into the living room, which is super nice. Like the description said, has a gorgeous view to the lighthouse. Like, this is cute, girl. This is cute. Here we are upstairs. So this is what the landing looks like. It's this nice, fun shape. Over here, we have the bathroom, this gorgeous freaking room. And then over here, we have like the parents' bedroom is what he said. And I do have a gazebo over here, which is super cute because I feel like a house like this needs one. You know what I mean? So that's back there. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this house. So the second house is Captain CJ's Lighthouse Outlook, a mouthful. The description is, story goes, Captain CJ built this home with the intention of keeping a close eye on the lighthouse. His fascination with the sea really shows with these homes. So the story for this whole row of houses is basically, there was a captain, that was Captain CJ, and he loved building nautical homes. So, you know, this is like his little doing. And then these homes ended up getting bought up by other families, blah, blah, blah. They got passed on through generations, and then now they're the houses that they are. So this is what the front of the house looks like. It's really cute. I have the front door over here, and then I also have a little side entrance to the garage over there. It's a little hidden, but I think it's cute. You have a nice little area for your boat, but then you also have a garage for your car. So this house is very bougie. And then back here is the gorgeous backyard. This house is so nice, you guys. Yeah, it's real cute. I want to play here so bad with my Sims. We have a giant freaking balcony. So this is what it's looking like. We have the main living area, nice little kitchen over here. And then over here we have the dining room. Also, if you're wondering why this like little mobile thing, I think it's called, is glitching through, CJ used a mod that allows him to move objects freely in The Sims 3. So he might have just moved these guys a little bit down. So yeah, they're a little glitched, but honestly, it doesn't really bother me. Over here we have the master bedroom, I would like to think. I'm not too sure. Or maybe this is like a guest room or something with its own bathroom. And then over here we have the garage, which has the laundry room in it and just, you know, little knickknacks and stuff. And then we go upstairs. So this is the hallway. It is very long and narrow, but then it opens up to this cute little nook. Yeah, this is freaking gorgeous. Like, this is so cute. It really is so cute. I can't wait to see, you know, all of your Sims in here. And I don't know, I'm just excited. I'm excited for you guys to finally have the world. But anyways, over here we have a cute little nursery room, which is so nice. And then over here we have the final bedroom for this house and the bathroom. So this last house is called Grandpa CJ's Humble Abode, and the description says, this small nautical cottage has become the perfect short-term rental for Sims seeking to escape busy town life and feel the wonderful sea breeze. So the reason why I gave this house this description was because CJ in his furnishing video said that this is the vibe that this house gave him. So yes, it is supposed to be a little short-term rental. And here we are. So this is the front of the house. It's so cute. You still have your little area to, you know, cover your boat or whatever. And then the backyard is so nice as well. I just love small homes in The Sims 3. I really do. All right, so let me go ahead and show you in. Again, I told you guys about the mod that CJ uses to lower objects in The Sims 3, so that's why you can see the blinds. So this is what it looks like when you guys walk into this house. We have the nice little foyer over here. There's a bathroom over here in the center of the home, and then down here we have a small bedroom. Over here we go back out to the hallway, and we end up in the living room, which is so cute. It's a little outdated, but it makes sense for this type of build, which I really love. And then over here on this other side, we have the dining room and the kitchen, which I love. So we go back through this little skinny hallway right next to the stairs, and then we're actually going to take them to the second floor. So over here we have a nice little landing with a couch, the bathroom, and then the final bedroom for this house. This is only a 2-bedroom. But I think it's so cute. So that is it for the collaboration portion of this world, I guess, with CJ. Again, go check out his videos. They'll be in the description box down below for you guys to check out. But yeah, so now we're going to go on over to the left to the house that we skipped. So welcome to the Agnes Crumplebottom house. So my story for the Agnes Crumplebottom house is obviously she would have been moved on by now. She no longer lives in Sunset Valley. And the reason why I made it abandoned is because like her husband is here. I know you're like, girl, where? Oh, he's right over here. He's right there. Unfortunately, right now it just says remains, but usually it says Eric Darling, and that's because Agnes Crumplebottom's husband is buried right there when you first start, you know, a fresh new save in Sunset Valley. So anyways, in my mind, I'm like, okay, nobody wants to buy a house with a dead person. You know what I mean? So that's why nobody has bought it. It's abandoned. Maybe the realtor even gave up trying to sell it and it's just withering away. So yeah, that is the lore with the Agnes Crumplebottom home. It's in rough shape for sure. My dream for it is maybe one of your Sims, without cheating of course, maybe one of your Sims gets enough money to buy this place and then renovate it little by little. It would be such a challenge to actually try and do it without cheating money. Like, you know, just work on one room at a time. I think that would be really, really fun. But yeah, it's just abandoned. So over here we have one of the houses that I did absolutely nothing to. In my mind, I'm like, some things would change in 30 years and some things wouldn't. So that's why I didn't even touch this one at all. But right across from it, we have a dog park, which is so, ooh. Sorry, sir. This is basically just a copy and paste of the other park that I showed you guys. The difference is there's a little gated area for your pets to come in here and just run around and be free, girl. But yeah, so that is the dog park. All right, up next, I'm going to be showing you this little neighborhood. So some of you who watch me live stream on Twitch, you guys have seen some of these houses here and there. Also, for some of you who watch my YouTube and you've seen quite a few of my videos, then you will also recognize some other of these houses. All right, so the first house that we're going to be taking a look at is this one over here. So this is what the exterior looks like. Ooh, I forgot to delete this fence. That is store content. That's from the Lucky Palms. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. Oh, neither are those flowers. Dang it. This is what it looks like from the back. It's super nice. All right, so welcome in. So you walk in through here. This is the front entrance. You have like a little pit type of living room thing, which I think is so cute. And then back here we have our grand kitchen, which is, you know, a very nice size actually. And then over here in this little nook, you have the dining room, which is really cute. On either side, you have the bedroom. So over here is a kid's bedroom, which is so nice. And then on this side, we have the main bedroom. And then also the main bedroom does have its own bathroom. So now we're going to go ahead and cross over. I guess I'm going to go ahead and just explain what this situation is. So for any houses that have this outside of them, it means that they are up for sale. And basically what for sale means is only the kitchen and the bathroom are done. And the reason why I did this was just to try and get the world out faster. But also a part of me was like, well, it would actually be kind of fun if you felt like your Sims are actually purchasing a house and, you know, you guys are doing the furnishing yourself. So this is one of them. This one is really, really cute. And I had actually furnished this one and it was completely finished, but I hated it. I hated the way that I furnished it. So I just decided to delete all the furniture and, you know, just let you guys furnish it if you wanted to. So we have the kitchen, we have the main living area over here, the 2 bedrooms, and then we have the bathroom back here. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for this house. It's empty. This house was actually one of the houses that I renovated when I started the series, renovating every single pre-made house for the Sims 3 base game. It was so ugly. And then I turned it into this, and it is quite gorgeous now. And, you know, she won her spot in my little neighborhood over here because she honestly fits right in with the retro type of vibe looking thing. I don't know what you call it, girl. So anyways, this is the backyard. It's super, super nice. It's so cute. I love love this house. And now let me go ahead and show you the inside. So welcome in. So we have the living room over here, dining room to the left, a kitchen over here to the right. It's so nice. We have a cute fireplace over there. And then over here we have a bathroom, laundry room. This first room over here is an office. Here we have a very bougie bathroom. And then over here you have the first actual bedroom. And in this bedroom we have some sliding glass doors. So we'll just take a walk through here. And this leads you to the main bedroom of the house, which is so gorgeous. So yeah, that is it for this particular house. All right, so now we're going to be moving over across the street. So this house was original to Sunset Valley. I just went in and renovated it and furnished it myself. So welcome. This is what the exterior of it looks like. It's super cute. I kept pretty much the original shape, the original placement of all the windows, I think. Welcome, girl. So you walk in, you're immediately at the dining room / living room area, which is so cute. Here we have the bathroom. I'm pretty sure it's the original colors, but honestly, I just made it look a lot cuter. We even kept an orange toilet. I think that is original. So then over here, I actually ended up adding 2 bedrooms. So the first one is a guest room / office, I'd like to think of it as. And then over here on the opposite side is like, you know, a teens room, which is super, super, super cute. So this floor is original to the house, and I just based the entire rest of the house on all these colors. And yeah, I kept the floor, so I think it's super nice. And then the last room is the main bedroom, which is so cute. All right, so then across the street from that house is actually another house that I worked on for a YouTube video where we renovated the pre-made houses. Originally, it was ugly, and then we turned it into this gorgeous home. This is what the backyard is looking like. It's nice and grand. You have plenty of room to add your own stuff to it. Oh, so this house was actually more of a challenge. Everything in this house is base game only. That's it. I wanted to do it as a challenge to myself. And honestly, I think it looks so cute. I hope it's base game only. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think I used anything from packs or anything like that. But yeah, I just kind of did that as like a little fun thing for me to do. Regardless, I think it turned out nice, even just with base game. It's super cute. All right, and then to the left of that house that we were just in, we have the school for the world. So this is what it's looking like from the outside. So over here we have some parking spots, and then we also have the entrance to our little soccer field. I go back and forth with this. I don't know if I like it, but I think it's all right. So anyways, yeah, that's the soccer field. It's cute or whatever. Back here, we do have a playground for the younger kids. Right over here, I kind of made it so that it looked like, you know, a bus drop-off or whatever. So this long thing right here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the school. It's a rabbit hole, so you can't really see anything else. I don't think I really did anything other than just change the floor and the wallpaper here. So yeah, that's why I wanted to show you that first. It's just quick and easy. We'll go to the park next. So welcome. I did change a couple of little things here and there about the park. Number one, I think, is the terrain paint. I did change that to the stone instead. I think it looks a lot nicer, a lot brighter. The second change I think I did was the fence. Might have been different. I don't remember exactly. And then the third change was adding this cute little like bridge gazebo moment. It's supposed to be a bridge. I think it's super cute. This would be such a nice spot for your Sims to propose, or, you know, for teens to ask each other out to prom here. And then the last thing that I did was just change some of the trees to trees that match the world, pretty much like birch trees. Yeah, so I guess I did do a little something in here, but you know, they look creepy, scary, as park restrooms should look. And we're just gonna go ahead and cross right on over, girl. So these are rabbit holes, so we really don't have too much to see over here. So we have the grocery store rabbit hole. This grocery store is so cute. The reason why I went with this one is from Island Paradise. The reason why I went with it is because of the little grocery carts. And then I also like these little guys with their muscles. Like, he's cute. I like him too. And then I like him. Parking spots or whatever. In the back, we have like the shipping stuff. You have another dumpster for your Sims to go dumpster diving. And then over here we have a cute little park bench for your Sims to just take a break. And then over we have the theater, which is so cute as well. And then over here we have the subway, which I don't know by the time the world comes out, I don't know if it'll still be here because I didn't really play subways anywhere else. And anyways, over here we just have like the back end of the theater. All right, so we're gonna go over to the left real quick. So this is the little bistro. I did do some landscaping, changed the floor a little bit. They originally had 2 different ones mixed in, freaking ugly if you ask me. So I just ended up going with this one for the full thing. And then I also added obviously my own fences, some roses, birch trees, which look so cute. And some very, very nice seating with little candles, just for ambiance, you know what I mean? So this is definitely a cute place for your Sims to come and eat here, have a nice little date. Yeah, not much change there. So we're gonna go ahead and cross the road. Welcome to Skyborough Shops. This is what the exterior looks like. You know, you have some little entrances to places back here. What could they be? I don't know, girl. You'll see in just a sec. Hold your horses. So anyways, let's go ahead and check out this cute shopping center. We'll start off over here on this end. So the first shop that we have down here on the bottom floor is the boutique slash salon. So for the salon, I kind of went with this cute little shop idea where maybe your Sim could come in here and then do a reservation for a full makeover at this boutique. So yeah, so the front of the store is, you know, like a nice shop or whatever. And then also I ended up putting the general store register, but after doing some research, I came to realize that it only works in the World Adventure worlds, but there is a mod that you guys can get to get it to work, the general store register as well as the relics register. But anyways, that's there if you need it. If not, you can delete it. So we have 2 little fake what do you call these, dressing rooms over here. So then back through here, we go through the store, and this is actually the styling area where your Sims can get a makeover from a stylist. It's really cute. So over here we have our bookstore. So there is a bookstore register, which is right over here. So yeah, it's literally a little bookstore. It's really, really cute. This is what it's looking like. And so now we're going over one more, and finally we have the coffee shop, which I'm getting a little nervous because why is nobody here working? Unless they're still on their way, I'm not sure. It's very nice. This is just a nice spot for your Sims to come here after doing some shopping, grab a coffee, a pastry, and just wind down, girl. So that's that. And then also for this cafe, we do have outdoor seating, which is kind of nice. But yeah, so that was it for the cafe, and that's it for the bottom row. So now we're gonna go upstairs. So over here, this first door that we have back here, this actually takes you into this tiny little room with some stairs. And then if you go upstairs, we have our lovely tattoo shop. And then we're gonna go over this way, and as you guys can see, there's one more little shop over here. Basically, this is a little witch store for all the witches who want to buy potions. Anyways, this is the elixir store, so yeah, welcome in. You know, it's a little spooky in here, a little mystical, a little wonderful. We have this, whatever the hell that thing is called, cauldron. I don't freaking know, girl. The altar. Over here, we have our register with our nice man working. Thank you, sir. And then through this archway, we have, I don't freaking know what this is, girl. These are like shelves for your Sims to put their elixirs on. I don't know how that works, so they're just empty. We just have some shelving, and then over here we have our actual book room, which is really cute. I think it's nice. And then we have one more little room in the shop, which is where the gemstone cutter is at, and a couple of little plants for your Sims to use in their elixirs. So that is it for these shops. We're now going to be moving over to the left. So over here, we just have our police station rabbit hole. And there's nothing to see here, friend. It's a rabbit hole, you know what I mean? There's parking, and then they have a fenced-in backyard. All right, so now we got to take a look at the other half of the center of town. So first things first, we're going to be starting off with Dupee's Corporate Towers. This is just a rabbit hole. There's really not much to see here. I did do like this little back area for the employees to come over here and, you know, have a little break or whatever. And then what's loading in right next to me, there's a giant monster. Hello, we're here for an education. Welcome to the Sunset Valley Community college, aka the library. So I disguised the library as a community college because I don't want to be basic. So yeah. There is an online university mod that you guys can get, and I think if you guys download that mod and play with it in this world, you could actually, you know, bring your Sims here. I think it would be kind of cute. It would make it kind of functional in a way. Is that a rat? This place is infested. Oh my gosh, it's a shrew! Oh, it's so ugly, but it's cute. Wait, I love him. Oh my gosh, he's getting an education, you guys. He's smart. He's real smart. All right, so anyways, this first side of the community college are just the offices. Oh my gosh. This is the laggiest part of the town. So yeah, this is a cute little classroom over here. You know, it's quite gorgeous. Taking PCs apart, girl. There's a whiteboard and the teacher's desk. And then you go through this hallway and you are in the main library area of the build. So yeah, this is what it's looking like over here. It's very cute. You have your front desk over here where you would check out your books or whatever. And then over here we have the kids area, which I did change. And I just think it looks a lot better now. And then on either side, we just have the restroom, some seating for students. And let me go ahead and show you the upstairs. Oh, I forgot to show you the upstairs. Anyways, I'll show you in a bit. So this is what the upstairs of the main area looks like. It's just a nice little wraparound area. And then we move on to the next wing of the college. So over here we have the computer lab, which is really cute. I do love it. And then over here we have a little mini cafeteria. There are vending machines on either side for your Sims to grab a snack after or before class. Upstairs over here on this side, we have the art room. Over here, we actually have another lecture type of class. Yeah, that is it for the library / community college. It's quite gorgeous. The freaking rat loves it too because he's already there, girl. Next to the community college, we have the little gas station rabbit hole from the Sims 3 University expansion pack. I don't ever see people using this rabbit hole for custom worlds. Start using it, please. It is so cute. I love it. We have a dumpster back here. We have a cop because in my area, there's always freaking cops by the gas station. Like it's crazy. We have a little picnic area over here for your Sims to just chill for a bit. And then we have this makeshift, not really gas pump. It's just trash cans. All right, so we're gonna go back here right next to the gas station. This is the Marabello Wellness Plaza. Welcome, girl. So basically this plaza has everything that you need to be fit, healthy, and young. So yeah, we have some parking spots back here, dumpster for your Sims to go dumpster diving. And then we have the actual shops themselves. Again, this area of the world is very, very laggy because of the college. If you want, you can turn down your render distance and maybe that'll help. Anyways, girl. So welcome to the plaza. So here we have different shops. Let me show you that instead. Yeah, so as you guys can see, there's 4 different shops here, but they're all on the same lot. So, you know. So first up over here, we have the actual gym itself. You have your check-in desk. You have the bathrooms, which are the all-in-one bathrooms. Your weight area, I guess. Treadmill area over here. And then on either side of the gym, you have the entrance to the lap pool, which is really, really cute. It has windows all around it. So you get a gorgeous view while you're swimming. A view to the lighthouse, actually, which is so nice. And then upstairs, we just have the pull-up machines, which are super nice. And you get a full overview of the gym. But yeah, it's very simple. So right next to the gym, we have this karate school, I guess it would be. So I did end up changing this a lot because I even said so in my last Sunset Valley update that I wasn't happy with how it looked. And now I'm happy. It looks so much better. You guys look at it. So, you know, little seating area over there, check-in counter. We have some retail over here. And then this is just like storage room for the business. And then back here we have the actual like main place where your Sims can come and, you know, learn new skills. A lot of you guys wanted me to keep this here because I was asking if I should remove it because I was so unhappy with how it looked. I thought it looked ugly, but now I'm actually really happy that I kept it and I hope you guys are too. All right, so next door to that, we have a tanning salon. Welcome in, everyone. So over here, we have the tanning booths from Seasons. They're real nice. We have little private rooms or whatever, curtains that your Sims can close when they're you know, getting their tan on or whatever. And then the final shop in this little row of wellness shops or whatever, we have a yoga studio. So this yoga studio doesn't actually work, but your Sims can come here and just use the stereo. That's basically what I ended up doing here. If you guys want this to be functional, you can download the yoga mod. Same thing with the resort. And you can actually get mats where your Sims can do yoga. Over here we have the check-in desk, a little bit of retail, a little seating area, and then you do have your own bathroom in the yoga studio. And that is pretty much it for this entire little plaza. All right, so we were just over here. We're gonna go and skip on over to this side over here real quick. So this is the boulevard, I believe I called it. So this is a place for your Sims to come at night and, you know, just hang out, vibe out. There we go. All right, so welcome. So this first little spot over here, I ended up calling it the Reef. Now, obviously, I couldn't give them separate names. The plaza is just called the Boulevard, but this is called the Reef, okay, in my mind. So anyways, this is a beautiful, like, aquatic type of lounge spot / karaoke, because I do have a karaoke machine in here. But anyways, we have a nice bar over here, bunch of seating, and beautiful aquariums for your Sims to enjoy. This is so nice, you guys. It is so nice. I love this lot so much. It's my favorite community lot out of all of them. It's just so cute. I love this. There's a little karaoke machine for your Sims to have some fun. Over here we have bathrooms, and then we go upstairs and we have another tank over here. We have a little bubble blowing machine, and then on this side we have a photo booth. That is it for the Reef, and then we go over to the next one, and this is called the Checkered Horse. So this is a very girly pop dance club, so you know, this is a nice spot for your Sims to come and take some pictures or whatever. So here's the entrance. Then over here you walk into this hallway, which is really nice mirror for, you know, a little selfie or whatever. Over here, this leads you to the bathroom, which is very extra. The walls and the floor matches, but I love it. Over here you have a private bubble blowing room, which is really cool. And then finally you have the dance floor over here, which is so nice. And then over here on the opposite side, we have our bar for the Checkered Horse. And then of course, the star of the show, the reason I named it that, the Checkered Horse Girl. So anyways, that is it for this plaza over here. This is like the party plaza, late night activities, you know what I mean? And now we're moving on to the right of where we were just at. Welcome to the art gallery, but I'm calling it the museum, okay? Art galleries to me in The Sims 3 are very boring. I don't ever take my Sims to them. They're usually really ugly too. So I ended up making this look more like a museum, and I also added a couple of little things inside for your Sims to actually be able to do activities. So in the front, this is what it's looking like. It's quite grand. But anyways, you walk in through over here. Also, I do have like little university banners here and there scattered throughout the world because, again, there is a community college. So I don't know, I'd like to think that, you know, they do classes in partnership with the college, if that makes sense. So anyways, yeah, that's why the banners are scattered here and there. I highly recommend you guys come to this lot at night. The vibes are right at night, but I'm going to be showing it to you in the day. So this is the first place where you walk into, which is like the little check-in desk or whatever. And then you walk into the main part of the museum, all the exhibits and stuff like that. So this first section is the folklore section. I think I'm saying that right. So it's just very mystical. After that, we have the sculptures themselves. And then over here on this end of the museum, we have the Egyptian history. And then over here, as you can see, we have another university banner, and that's because when you walk in here, you have 2 classrooms. So your Sims can actually come do stuff here, like I mentioned. We have an art room and a sculpting room. All right, so just real quick before I show you what's behind that glass door over there, I'm gonna show you the rest of the museum first. So first of all, this is what the top looks like. We do have an upstairs. This is more like history or whatever. I don't freaking know, girl. Renaissance? I don't know. I'm not sure. Over here, we have a nice little modern piece. And then over here on this side, we have whatever that aesthetic is. I'm not too sure, to be honest. And then over here, we have some more modern. And then if we take a look over here, we have a nice little elevator, you know, for the Sims who need it. So ding, we're going down. Hello everyone, we've made it. We're at the first floor. So one thing I didn't show you was the restrooms. They just look the same. So this is one of them that I'm going to show you. The other one is literally the exact same replica. This is an overview of what it looks like. Ignore those pointy things. I don't know what is happening, friend. All right, so now I'm going to show you the final portion of this museum, which is this beautiful botanical garden. Look at how cute. It's gorgeous, girl. This is the final part of the museum. There's a little trail for your Sims to follow. Again, this looks so beautiful at night. This would be another great place to, you know, ask a Sim out, propose to a Sim or whatever. All right, so that was it for the museum. Now we're gonna move on over to the right one more time. And over here we have the shops at Sunnyside. So this is another little plaza with a bunch of different shops. So let me go ahead and show you guys. So over here, I made a fake drive-through. Yes, I did. So basically your Sim car would go all the way around and then, you know, you pull up over here. This is actually a parking spot. So if your Sim does come here, there is a chance that they will park back over here and it'll actually look like they're going through the drive-through. So anyways, so yeah, here we have a nice little window where your Sim would order and then a cute little menu over here. And then your Sim would go over here and pull around. Hello, girl. Pick up their order. And here's a dumpster. All right, first things first, we're going to be taking a look at Gordon's Cafe. That's what I ended up naming this place, okay? In my mind, this is called Gordon's Cafe. Someone from YouTube picked out that name. And you know what? I loved it. I fell in love with it. Everybody here loves Gordon. If you don't know who Gordon is, he's my Sim from my Legacy Challenge. One of the most iconic Sims ever. Everyone loves him. Everyone and their mother. So anyways, this is what it's looking like. Over here we have where you order your meal or whatever, your coffee. Here we have like the syrup, the sugar, the half and half, you know, in case it's missing a little something. And then other than that, we just have a bunch of seating and a cute little bathroom over here. Also outdoor seating for the cafe. And then after that, we have the arcade for the town. At first glance, this looks very, very small, and it is, but there's a little surprise in this arcade. So anyways, a quick little overview of the upstairs. That's what it's looking like. On this side, we have the prize wall where your Sims can, you know, pick out their prize after they're done collecting tickets or whatever. Nice little vending machine. And then we go downstairs. There's spiral staircases leading somewhere. Welcome to the bottom floor of the arcade. So... It's a bowling alley. Hello. So I'm running into an issue, and I think when you guys download the world, you will also have this issue. Basically, the lights when you first come down here, they always switch from blue to white. Change them to blue so that it looks fun and funky like this. But anyways, there's a little bowling alley down here. It's really cute. We have some seating, another little photo booth for your Sims to take, you know, a cute little picture or whatever. All right, and now we're back upstairs. Ooh, why is everything blue? Hold on a minute. Oh gosh. All right, everything has been fixed. There's no more blue lights everywhere. Moving on, next to the arcade, we have a very, very cute, and I am going to go into first person for this, a very cute comic book store. So the entrance is over here to the side, in case you were wondering. But welcome in. It's just a cute little cozy spot for your Sims to, you know, come and nerd out for a bit, geek out for a bit, whatever you want, friend. This nice man is selling all his belongings. You know, he's a collector or whatever. And honestly, his shop is really, really cute. But yeah, this is a comic book store. It's really nice. And then finally, right next to the comic book store is the laundromat, which is also really funky, really cute, retro vibes for sure in here. But yeah, it's very simple. There's really not much in there. But yeah, that is it for this little plaza. So this is Pirates Cove. This was actually named by somebody on my stream or my YouTube. I can't remember. I believe it was Party Panda. All right, so welcome in. So this is what it's looking like. This is the neighborhood pool. So we do have the parking on the side over here. So we do have a diving board, and then this kind of leads into like a lazy river, if you will. We have the lifeguard chair, which your Sims can get to, by the way, so it is functional. I did test it out. And then we just have a bunch of seating, the main pool, obviously, a nice slide. And then over here, we have a sand pit for the younger Sims. And then over here to this side, we have the kiddie section. So this building over here is actually just a place where your Sims can grab a snack. If they need to get out the sun for a bit, they can come in here to cool off. There's a snow cone machine and vending machines. Yeah, so that's that. And then over here, we just have the all-in-one bathrooms. That's all there is there. Nothing too special. They're pretty basic. So yeah, that is it for the neighborhood pool. All right, so up next, we're just gonna go right over here on this road. So this is where I ended up placing the hospital. Nothing too special about it. It's just a rabbit hole. But I ended up putting it over here instead, just because I feel like it's a lot more quiet over here, you know, for people who are recovering or whatever. And yeah, that's that. So now we're gonna go over here and we're gonna be checking out these two homes. So these are supposed to be student apartments. So yeah, welcome to the first unit on this side. This is what it's looking like. I went with this very funky green theme. Also, I didn't know what to put in here, so I just put some boxes in here to maybe insinuate like, oh, maybe somebody will move in, a roommate or something will eventually move in there. So now we're on the opposite side, and as you guys can see, we do have the balloons and the sign down. So this does mean that this place is empty. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the student housing. Down this little windy road, our first stop will be the science facility. So let's go ahead and check it out. So I did change something over here. So obviously we have the rabbit hole, but over here I ended up adding this cute little mini building or whatever. So welcome into the research facility. So my story with this is, you know, your Sims either have to be in college or they have to be a scientist in the scientist career to be able to come in here, because basically just have a bunch of stuff for experiments in here. So you walk in, we have a bathroom, we have the office for the manager or whatever. And then over here we have like the actual chemistry tables, a nice little whiteboard. And then over here we have the radioactive room. And then over here we just have like little seating and tables for your Sims to watch the experiments that are going on. So yeah, that is basically it for this little building. And yeah, that is everything for this science facility that I changed. All right, so now we're going to keep driving up this road, and then we're going to go into the rich people area. Just wait until you see Holly Alto's house. Just wait. First of all, we're going to check out the land grab house. I only renovated the exterior of this house because this house is a mess. Okay, I don't want to deal with it. So I only did the outside. I renovated the outside, and then the inside, I don't even know what's going on in there, girl. I left everything how it originally is. So yeah, that's what's going on here. But you know, I made it a little cuter from the exterior, and I think it looks a lot better. So yeah, I think I did a good job. Nobody had time to do all that, so literally just renovated the exterior and called it a day. I don't even want to be in here, girl. But yeah, this is what it looks like. If you guys want to have a go at renovating the inside of this house, feel free, friends. Feel free. All right, so now we're across the land grab house. This is the Alto house. This house looks amazing. It's so nice. I love it. So I just posted the speed renovation video of this house. So if you guys want to see the entire process of how I renovated this nasty, disgusting looking house, check that video out. I literally posted it yesterday. I have never in my life, in my Sims 3 life, wanted to play in a mansion. Ever. I hate them. Like I said earlier, I love small houses. This one changed it for me, okay? Because I put my Sim OC into it. My everything. So for starters, I didn't change the shape at all. I worked with the ugly shape, and honestly, I did an amazing freaking job. I will pat myself on the back for this. So anyways, we also have the original like hedge maze back here. It's so cute. It's so cute. And then we also have the original like little outlook area, you know, like looking at Sunset Valley. Ooh, gorgeous. We have the original pool area. I didn't change anything to the pool other than adding the diving board. And then back here we have this gorgeous, whatever the hell that's called. All right, so let me go ahead and start off by showing you guys the garage. So this is what it's looking like. I ended up obviously placing the cars in here as well as adding this gym. The gym is a little awkwardly shaped. It's literally a long hallway, but I think it works. You know what I mean? I think it works. I think it looks cute. So then we go out of the garage over this way. We have a little side exit, and this takes you to the back door, or I guess the side door of the house. Welcome everyone. Ring-a-ling-ding. We're here. Welcome to the grand foyer foyer, whatever you want to call it. It's quite gorgeous. So what I wanted to do for this house was make it very, I don't know if eccentric is the word for it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I just wanted to make it very colorful, very fun, not a boring, dull house. Nobody freaking wants that. I feel like Holly is such a fun sim. You know, she's different from her parents. She fell far away from the apple tree, if you ask me. She's artistic is one of her traits, and I decided to make her the mayor of Sunset Valley. I guess I'll tell you the lore while we're taking a look at her house, but just really quickly, since she is the mayor of Sunset Valley, I did want to make this little side of the house like her office or whatever for meetings, anything like that to do with her job. So yeah, that's where we're currently at. But the lore with Holly is her parents were evil. If you didn't know the lore of her and her parents. By the way, I forgot to take that blind off. Please ignore that. Maybe she kept it, you know, sentimental. I don't freaking know, girl. But anyways, her parents are evil. She's the complete opposite of them. Again, she's very artistic, very fun. In that speed video, you guys can actually see her room was very colorful to begin with, even before the renovation. So I kind of based it off of that. My lore goes that, you know, she was sick and tired of her freaking ugly parents. I like to think that once Holly grew up and, you know, she got educated, she went to university or whatever, she left her house and out into the real world. She was like, ew, you guys are freaking weird. And so she told them to get the hell out of Sunset Valley and, you know, never look back, leave this place, and she was going to take it over. Either that or she was turning them into the cops. I'd like to think is what happened. That's what I'm going to do for her story. Obviously, they decided to leave. Leaving the house to Holly's name. And yeah, then she lived happily ever after. She became the mayor. She will be having a wife and no kids. I feel like she would not have kids. I don't know if it's the experience with her parents or what. You know what I mean? She just doesn't have them. So that's why the house is very fun, very funky. I know you can have a funky house, fun house, even with kids, but you know, I just don't see her like that for my world in particular. It has personality for sure. This is another little office upstairs. We are now upstairs of the house. Sorry, I wasn't really talking about the house much. I was trying to tell you her lore. And again, Holly Alto is an artistic sim. So I decided to give her her own little art studio over here in this freaking ugly shaped room. Honestly, this art studio is not my favorite. It's very messy, but I feel like it makes sense, you know what I mean, for an art studio to be messy. Again, I will be working on a populated version of Sunset Valley, so yeah, that's pretty much what's going to be going on with Holly. Over here we have a theater room. This house is really big, but it's only one bedroom. So anyways, if you guys want this house for your own family, feel free to take it, girl. But this is just kind of how it turned out for me. Really, really cute. Obviously, there's pops of colors everywhere. Anyways, over here we have her little dressing room, which is so nice. And then finally, we have her bathroom. Like, look at this, girl. Look at this. This is gorgeous. All right, so here we are in the first house of this neighborhood. And as you guys can see, it is up for sale, which means, again, it's empty. Also, this house was originally here in Sunset Valley. I just renovated it. This was where Erin Kennedy lived, I believe is her name. So my thought process behind this was, you guys know those people that buy houses and renovate them for, you know, quick cash? That's what I wanted for this house. You know what I mean? Like, it was a couple who bought it because it was really cheap. The house was old, and then they renovated it and made everything gray. I mean, for this house, it works. All right, so up next, we're going to be going next door. You guys know this house if you've been watching my channel for a while. If you don't know what this house is from, it's from my Generations Let's Play that I never finished with the McRae family. I didn't really change much to it, except for the driveway. I just made it look a little bit more presentable. Over here is their backyard with their laundry. A little band area, which is so cute. We worked so hard to get that. And then we have their actual house. So hello everyone, welcome in. Nothing has changed except for the store content that I used to have in here. I just switched it out with, you know, expansion pack stuff. So yeah. I also think for the populated version, I will be putting the actual family here, I think it'll be cute, especially for those of you who watch that series on my channel. I think you guys would enjoy seeing them around town or maybe even interacting with them. So yeah, their house is here and it's here to stay. All right, so up next we have one of my favorite houses in this neighborhood. It's really, really nice. This is what the exterior looks like. We have the parking over here on the side. And then back here we just have a small little backyard. I was gonna say playground. I mean, I guess. So anyways, welcome in. This is what she's looking like. It's very mismatched and it looks like, you know, these are just pieces that they've collected throughout the years or whatever. I also added this thing over here because I don't know, maybe the parents over here like to get juiced, you know, entertain their friends or whatever. We have a nice little bathroom down here, and then also we have the main bedroom for the parents down here as well. It's just very cozy, very nice. It's old, new things mixed in together. I love this kitchen so much. Up here we have a landing, which I kind of converted into a work from home office. And then over here I just made some kids' bedroom. So, well, one kid's bedroom over here, which is so cute. I love it so much. And then over here I made like a teen's room or whatever. And then over here we just have the upstairs bathroom. But yeah, it's a very small house, but it's very cute. I guess we can go to this house. So this house is original to Sunset Valley. I just ended up making it look a little old and run down. I didn't change anything on the inside, but the outside does look a little weathered. So that's the only difference for this house. You know, there's a couple of railings missing, but I think it's a nice idea because, again, some things stay the same and some things don't. So really quickly, this is what the inside is looking like. Again, I didn't change anything at all. So that is original to Sunset Valley. All right, so up next, we're going to be going to the left of that house that we were just at. And welcome to this gorgeous family home. This one is also for sale, so it is empty. I will mention this is a house from the bin. So this is an EA made house. I just renovated it because it was freaking ugly. You have your entrance over here. This is like the main living area. Dining room could go there, or dining room could go here, living room there, whatever you want to do. You have the freedom to pick. And then over here we have the kitchen, which is this gorgeous yellow color. I don't know why I love yellow all of a sudden. It's really cute. Oh, and I'm wearing yellow. But yeah, that's the yellow kitchen. And then over here, through this archway, we have the main bedroom with its own bathroom, which is super nice. And then we have the garage. And then through over here, we have 3 different bedrooms. So these wallpapers were originally in the house. So I just kept them. And I kind of made it look like, you know, there used to be a family that lived here with the kids who were able to pick out their own wallpaper. But, you know, now they left and the house is up for sale. So I did keep those in the 3 bedrooms. And then over here, we have the bathroom. And then right next to the bathroom, which you can access it through the front entrance, we have the laundry room. So yeah, it's a nice family home. I would love to see some of you decorate it. By the way, I don't ever really mention this, but if you guys want to share furnishings of any of my homes that are empty or just remodels of my homes, feel free to share screenshots in my Discord server. I have a channel specifically for sharing builds, and on that channel you can share your screenshots, and you can also share the download if you would like to share your home with other players. So yeah, feel free to drop the pictures in there. I don't care how many pictures you drop, so feel free to take a bunch and post them all on the Discord for everyone to enjoy. I would really love to see what you guys do with some of these houses. So yeah, the link to join the Discord server is always in the description box down below, by the way, just so you know. So this is actually another starter home option for you. So yeah, this is what it's looking like. The entrance is over here to the side. It's very simple, very cute. It's a little plain, but honestly, I think it's fine. For a starter home, the point is for you guys to add on to it as you get some more simoleons and stuff like that in your family. So yeah, so when you walk in, this is what you walk into, the entire living area. Honestly, it's really cute. And then over here, I did end up doing a home office in the second bedroom. If you guys would rather have, you know, another spot for some Sims to sleep in, you could always make this into an actual bedroom. But yeah, I just made it into a home office because not every Sim has a kid. And then over here we have the bedroom and finally the bathroom. And that is it for this sweet little starter home. It's very basic and plain, but I think it's really cute as well. All right, so now we're gonna keep going in a circle and we've arrived to this gorgeous little yellow house. Hello. These houses are so nice. I love the inside of this one in particular. So I actually copied and pasted the same house 3 times, but they're all different. They're all different. They all have different floor plans. Just wait until you see the last one. So the first one is this yellow one. It's really, really cute. This is what it looks like from the front. You have a giant driveway. I think I went a little too overboard, but you know what, girl? It is what it is. In the backyard of this one, because they're all different, I just ended up adding a cute little garden over here. Nice little clothing line. So welcome in. So this is what the main living room looks like. It's super cute. I love this house, you guys. The inside of this one is so fun. I just love the blue and the yellow. So again, I don't know what's going on with the yellow lately. I just love it so much. We have the dining room over here. Over here we have the really small kitchen, but it works. It has everything that you need. Also, I noticed with this house, I have 2 laundry rooms, so feel free to delete one. Kids room, and then over here we have the main bedroom, which has a little closet over here. You can kind of see it. And then the main sleeping area. And then it also has its own bathroom, which is kind of nice. And then this is the bathroom for everyone to use over here. And then we go upstairs. Upstairs is really exciting because this is so cute for a teen sim, you guys, who just want their own space. You also have your own bathroom, which is so cute as well. And then over here, finally, we have the inside of the garage. Like I told you guys, I didn't realize there's already a washer and dryer machine in here. So feel free to delete, whichever one you want to delete. I don't know, girl. Maybe you have a lot of clothes you need to wash in this house. All right, so the next one that we have is this green color. I feel like not a lot of you guys will be a fan of this green, but honestly, I think it's cute. So yeah, this is what it's looking like. It's basically the same as the other one, just a little bit different here and there. Welcome. Like I said, they're all the same house, just completely different from the inside. So welcome in. You're walking into the living room again. This one actually does have a little office space. The same type of kitchen, the dining room for this house, bedroom there, nursery here, and then a 3rd bedroom over here for a kid, and then a bathroom. And then the garage is the exact same as the other one. There's not much going on in there. All right, welcome to the starter home. The reason it's a starter home is because you don't live in the main house. So the story with this house is whatever family is living in here, they were like, you know what? We could use a couple extra simoleons. Why don't we rent out our garage? So your Sims can rent the garage, if they're coming out of college, if they want to move out from their parents' house and they need a place to go live. This would be a good option because, they found this on Sims List, aka Craigslist or whatever. And you know what? They saw an ad for a garage that's being rented and they were like, yeah, I'll take my chances. All right, so welcome in. So first of all, this whole little area, you are free to do whatever you want to do. You can't edit the rest of the build, by the way, which is pretty realistic, but this little yard area is your Sims. So you can't add extra stuff back there. And then over here we have the entrance, which is very squished, but I think it works. This is just a nook for your Sim to drop everything, once they get home. We have a little washing machine, hence why we have the clothing line outside. We couldn't fit a dryer. The bathroom, kitchen, which is really nice, and the living room, and a little, area for dogs or whatever. And if you're wondering, can your Sim sit here and can this garage door actually open? Hi, everyone. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I love it. Anyways, yeah, long story short, you can open the garage while your Sim is sitting here, by the way, because this was tested by me. So if your Sim needs some fresh air, girl, just to air out their living space, they can open the garage door, and I think that would be so cute. And then anyways, upstairs we have the loft area, the bedroom with a little closet. That is it. So yeah, this house is a starter home garage that your Sim can rent, again, quote unquote, because you really can't do that. But yeah, that's that. And with that being said, that is the end of this little section over here, this neighborhood. All right, so now we've driven over here to this little area of town. So I've actually ended up making this community lots. This was residential, but I ended up, adding some more shops or whatever. The first one that we're going to be taking a look at is the Cattuccino Cat Cafe. So I ended up adding a cat jungle because I had a dog park, so I wanted to be fair. So this is a cat jungle lot type. And yeah, I turned it into a little cat cafe. It's so cute. And here's our girl working. But yeah, welcome in. So this is what it's looking like. This thing looks awkward, but honestly, I think I made it work. And then also I hit the flag. I put this thing on top of it, so you can't even see it, girl. Anyways, yeah, that's that side. Your cats can come and just hang out over here. Over here on this side, we have a little raised platform for them to, you know, hop on here, jump around, play a little bit, hide in the fish. Back here, we have the litter box area. I did do the automatic ones so that hopefully it doesn't stink when your Sims are eating. And yeah, it's very cute. And then this door just leads to, you know, the back of the building as well as the behind the counter. Over here, there's nothing. If you guys do want to make your own store, feel free to remove the hidden room marker that I placed inside of here. You have to have ByDebug turned on, the cheat. So if you guys do want to make your own shop, that is a little space for you because there's nothing in there. So now we're going to go on over to the left, right next door. So this is the consignment and thrift shop, I'm calling it, plus a diner. Anyways, first things first, we have the diner rabbit hole. This one is the original one to Sunset Valley. We have some outdoor eating spots. And then let's go ahead and check out this consignment store. Hello. So over here we have our register. Again, the relics register will not work unless you use a mod, I'm pretty sure. So I will be leaving it, but you can't technically buy anything from here. But what you can do is come and consign things with the consignment register. So that will be working. And for the actual store itself, I just made it look like a thrift shop. I think it looks so cute. We have the clothing section over here, and then, you know, the big furniture section, a couple of aisles over here. Over here in this little area, I did a little bathroom / storage room for the thrift shop. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this lot. So over here on this side, we're across the cat cafe now. This is the fire station. So originally I had this placed where I have the bistro now. But I ended up moving it over here. I just thought it would look better. So this is what the interior of the fire station looks like. So we have our truck, obviously, everything that we need for the actual firefighter career. Over here we have an office for like the chief or whatever. And then through this door, it leads to the firefighters' living quarters. So back here we have their, you know, little outdoor area where they can go and get some fresh air. And then upstairs we have their actual housing spot or whatever. So this is what it looks like. They have everything they need to, you know, hang out here, live here as they need to live here or whatever. Back here we have the bunk room, which is really cute with some lockers. Very simple kitchen. You can't have a stove here for some reason, so I didn't freaking put one down, girl. They can just eat quick meals. And then the bathrooms. And that is pretty much it for the fire station. So over here to the right, we have the Little Sprouts preschool. So this lot is a lot for your kid Sims and your toddler Sims to be able to do stuff in the world, because normally they really don't have much to do. So we have this cute little outdoor area for the kids / toddlers to hang out in, and then we go into the actual preschool. Hello. So here's the front office or whatever, little waiting room, and then we walk into the main portion of the preschool. So here we have like the arts and crafts big room or whatever. Over here we have the children's or toddlers classroom, which is really, really cute. I love it a lot. And then over here, we have just some lockers. We have the bathroom over there. And then over here, we have the big kids classroom, which is really, really cute as well. All right, so up next, we have this little lot over here that is loading in. Hello, we're here to purchase a car. Actually, no, we're not. We're here to go to the back of this auto shop because back here, we have a little secret entrance. And I'm going to show you what's back here in the secret entrance. So, oh my gosh, we walk in. Hello, hello. What is going on in here? The story behind this build goes, the auto shop repair was renting their basement / storage room for some extra cash on the side. And the sim that rented it turned it into a bar. So yeah, this is the entrance. And then we go downstairs. Hello, everyone. We are here and ready to party. And she's ready to work, girl. She's ready to get the tips. Welcome into the dive bar. So it's a little grungy. It's a little nasty. You know, there's a little bit of stains here and there But honestly, girl, this place is a vibe other than the stains, I will say. But yeah, welcome into the dive bar. It looks so good. I have a little pool table over there, a wall of freaking neon lights, girl, the band area over here for your Sims to come and jam out or even just watch a show. Obviously, we have the bar area. Back here, we have a photo booth. And other than that, just a bunch of seating for your Sims to come and hang out here. But yeah, I really love this lot. I love how it turned out. And I like the idea behind it. So yeah, I hope you guys like this a lot as well. So now we're going to drive up this road over here. And we're going to land right over here. So this is called Tango Junkyard. This is what it's looking like. It's nice. It's nice in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice as in a scary way. Like, I wouldn't come here alone, girl. Yeah, your Sims would park their cars here, open their trunk, unload, you know, the junk that they don't want anymore. And they would place it in here in this room. So there's actually nothing upstairs. It just completely skips that floor. You can do that with the by debug object. It's called level skip marker. But anyways, welcome in. So this is what the junkyard is looking like on the inside. So first of all, we have the unloading area. So yeah, this is where your Sims can just drop off their junk, you know what I mean? And then after that, it'll get processed by the employees, which will then place it in their designated piles or whatever. So yeah, we just have a bunch of junk piles that your Sims can go through from ambitions. Same thing outside. We also have a garage door back here that can be opened. If your Sims do want to go back there through here, you can just open this one up. So that is there as well. And then over here, I just kind of have like this little desk area. And like I said, upstairs, there's nothing there. So those stairs just kind of lead to nowhere. All right, so we're driving down this road. We're not going to go to the military base because nothing has changed there, friends. Absolutely nothing. And we're going to head on over to the criminal hideout. So welcome in. This is just a rabbit hole, so I'm just going to quickly show you. This rabbit hole is from Appaloosa Plains, I think. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, it's just an abandoned cabin up here right next to this little fishing spot. I felt like it was the perfect spot for that rabbit hole. So that's just where I placed it. And you know, it's kind of the perfect place for criminal activities. Far away from the town. Nobody knows what's going on back here. So now we're going to drive down that mountain following this road and we're going to land right over here. So this whole little section of the town is just townhomes. Let me go ahead and show you these. They're really, really cute. So this first one is for sale. You can live on the left side. But yeah, these are just little townhomes. They're really, really cute. There's only 2 of them. This is what it's looking like on the inside. Here's the floor plan. And then upstairs, we just have 2 bedrooms and the bathroom. And then you do have your mailbox over here on this side. Every single unit has their own mailbox. So yeah, same thing over here. So this one I actually did furnish. So let me go ahead and show you it. It's not my favorite thing that I've ever furnished. This is the one right next door to the one that we were just at. But yeah, it's not my favorite. You can really tell here that I was not having fun furnishing this one. So yeah, it's kind of ugly, not my favorite. It would be kind of cool if you guys, you know, furnish this a little differently. But that's what I ended up doing with it. It's the same as the other one that we were just at. And then across the street, we have the same exact townhomes. At least they look the same, but the floor plan is a little different. These are smaller. So this is what it looks like when you walk in. It really doesn't look that much smaller, but I promise you it is. But yeah, that's the bottom floor. And then this is the upstairs. All right. And then the last one is furnished. I actually really do love this one. And also this one is furnished, but it's still starter fund friendly. So when you walk in, this is the living room, furnished. It looks really cute. Back here we have the bathroom. Over here we just have, you know, a very simple front entrance. Back here we have the dining room. My story with furnishing this one was maybe this is a college student who just moved out who's looking for a roommate to live in the townhome. I feel like they didn't really want to live in the student housing because they don't want to be around all those people. So they were like, you know what? I'm just going to take out a loan, go get a townhome, and then maybe just put an ad up for a roommate. So yeah, that's why it's decorated the way it is. I just feel like, you know, this would just be a sim who just wanted to be a little more independent and go off on their own. But with that being said, that is it for these 4 townhomes. So now we're going to keep going up the road. And look at the ice cream truck. It's so cute. All right, so here we have the final homes in my Sunset Valley renovation, which are my townhomes, my big ones. But anyways, first things first, I added this sidewalk in Create a World. I wanted to make a nice little community park for all of the people who live over here, all the Sims who live in these townhomes. So yeah, this is just a nice little park for them. They have a nice little sidewalk to go walk on. We got a tree house over here for any kids that may live here. And if your Sims want to have a cookout, I also included little picnic tables and a grill. But yeah, so let's go ahead and check out the last 2 homes of the world. So this is the first one. The one that's available is over here. It's the second from the left. Let me go ahead and show you the exterior first. I love these townhomes. I actually recorded a TikTok in this particular townhome that I'm about to show you, and it's one of my most viral ones. People really liked it, and I got a lot of compliments on the house as well. So yeah, I'm very proud of these. They're really cute, and I think they look really realistic. So like I said, the unit that's available is the second one. So first things first, you walk into this room, which could be turned into a 3rd bedroom if you really wanted to. And then they also have their own individual garage. Upstairs, the 2nd floor is the main living area. We have the kitchen, living, and dining room, as well as a little bathroom over here. And then upstairs, we have the 2 bedrooms. So yeah, we have a kid's bedroom, main bedroom, laundry room over here. It's a very tight squeeze, but it's cute. And then finally, we have the bathroom that the 2 bedrooms share. All right, so this final house, you can live in the 4th one from the left over here, this blue one. Same thing with the outside. It's just the landscape is a little different. I didn't want it to be completely identical. But yeah, welcome in. So this is it over here on the end. So when you walk in, you have a little home office down there. Again, a 3rd bedroom is possible down there. Over here, we have the garage. And then this is what the upstairs of this one looks like. It's really cute. I do love this one a lot. This is like your basic family home. But yeah, that is the 2nd floor. And then the 3rd floor with the bedrooms look like this. It's really cute. This house has a lot of blue to it. And with that being said, that is the last house for my Sunset Valley renovation world. So now after that, we're going to be driving down this road, which I did add in Create a World, by the way, that was not there. And our final pit stop is the Goth Manor Nectary. All right, so welcome to the Goth Manor Nectary. While I'm kind of showing you around, I'm going to be telling you the lore behind this. So obviously 30 years into the future, Mortimer and Bella would have been gone from this town. You know what I mean? They would have moved on and they would have had their kids in a different town. The lore that I came up with was that Mortimer donated his house, very historic house, by the way, because the Goth family did found Sunset Valley. At least that's what it says in the lore of the world. But anyways, he donated it to Holly Alto and was like, do something special with it. So what she ended up doing was turning it into a nectary so that, you know, we can have a little more tourism here because, you know, she wants this place to boom. You know what I mean? She wants things to go well for Sunset Valley. When I first showed the renovation of the Goth Manor into this nectary, people were like, well, that's not really goth. And yeah, friend, that's the point. It's not supposed to be goth anymore because they're gone. You know what I mean? The only reason why it's even called the Goth Manor Nectary is because the Goth family lived here and this is their manor, their estate. So I didn't want to change the name because it is the Goth family's house. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm keeping the name as Goth Manor, even though it's not gothic at all, but it's their family name. So yeah, that's the story behind it. But yeah, this is a quick little overview of what it looks like. It's so beautiful, you guys. It's really, really nice. Also, thank you to those of you who told me how I could stock the nectar. I did do that. So now your Sims can actually come here, taste nectar, buy nectar. So yeah, thank you guys so much in the comments who let me know how I could do that, how I could stock them. Down here, we have another little tasting area. I'd like to think that down here you would have to make a reservation to come to a private testing or tasting, I guess I should say, of nectar. And then we also just have some more machines to make your own as well. And we have a bunch of these where you could purchase nectar as well as test or try some. Why do I keep saying test, girl? But anyways, yeah, so that's the cellar. And then upstairs, we don't have anything. I did rope it off because in my mind I was like, maybe, ooh, maybe Holly wanted to keep some things the same, and so the upstairs is preserved. So that's why nobody is allowed there, okay? Also, the cemetery is still the same. I wanted to preserve that as well. It's also not accessible for any Sims to get in here. I know this looks like a gate, but it's actually a fence. But I'm pretending it's a locked gate, okay? So that the people that are coming here to do whatever, they can't get in here and bother the dead. Let them rest in peace, girl. So yeah, that is it for the Goth Manor. That's the lore behind it. That's why I kept the Goth name. I'm not gonna change it because I love it. I do love the story behind it. So the last two lots that I didn't go over are the cemetery and this little fishing spot over here. I didn't do anything to those two lots, so we're not even gonna check them out. That is it for this world. All right, so this is a nice little place to end it off. We're at the pier. My Sim is over there just baking herself away. That is everything in this world that I worked on for almost 2 years. I don't know why it took me so long, but I took breaks here and there, you know what I mean? So I guess that's why. That is it. I hope you guys enjoy every single lot that I worked on. If you guys do end up downloading it and placing your own families here, I would love to see screenshots of it, of your Sims living life here in Sunset Valley 30 years later. I do look forward to the populated version. I will try my best to get it out as soon as possible to all of you. Also, if you guys have any feedback for me, I would love to know in the comments down below. I actually like feedback. I want to hear what you guys have to say, anything that you would have changed in the world, or if you think it's perfect, let me know. Also, I do already have another project in mind now that this one is done. I'm just gonna tell you. So I'm gonna be making a world based off of Shrek. I know that's so random, but hear me out. So the reason why I want to make a Shrek inspired world, I'm not someone who likes playing with supernaturals, but if I had a world like that, I would be inclined to. Moonlight Falls is ugly. I'm sorry if that's your favorite town. To me, it's freaking ugly. I hate it. I don't like how there's humans scattered around the town. So I want a town where everybody is from a storybook. Everyone's a fairy tale creature. So yeah, that's my next project. I'm giving you the tea here, I guess. I don't know when I'm actually gonna start working on it. I'm gonna give myself a little break. But yeah, there you go. Spoiler alert. Next up, we're doing Trekland, I guess. But anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you again to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. If you guys use my affiliate link to purchase any packs, Sims 3 or Sims 4, you'll be helping support me as a creator. I get a little bit of commission with no extra cost to you. So thank you so much in advance for purchasing through my affiliate link. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you let me know by hitting the thumbs up for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the world. Again, give me your feedback. I would love to hear it. And if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are so close to hitting 20K. Thank you guys so much for the support. Goodbye.